Good morning and welcome to today's live show. We're going to be doing some stock market analysis for the SPY Qs, Apple, Tesla, Amazon, Nvidia, AMD, and Meta going forward, looking at GME and AMC as well. Two quick notes before we get started. The course is still $100 until Sunday. Okay, you have until Sunday and then the price will go up. And also, we just distributed the monthly expected moves. That's right, we've got new monthly expected moves for the month of July. Down in the description right below the course is actually the Patreon where you can get the weekly expected moves every single week for the stocks that we cover. And then the course, if you're looking to do a weekly expected move for a different one, we actually teach you a way to do that in the course as well. So it's really, really powerful to have these areas. Now, what are we noticing from GME? Well, last night we mentioned if this 2-hour right here was able to cross over, we're kind of looking for a divergence down here, right? So we're down in an area where we can actually create that divergence. And you have a weekly expected move. This is the upside to where you need to get above to see that gamma squeeze. Right now we're heading to the downside, and I think that right here around that 21, 22 level could become very, very important, even going on into this morning, even going on into today. So I will be paying attention to it. As far as it goes for GME, this was telling us, hey, on the shorter time frames, I am pointing down. I'm still in a daily pullback, and the 30-minute was going negative. We have to talk negatively about it. That's kind of why we gave the idea of some kind of divergence down here for a strong base. Now, if we look over at AMC, this one saw a strong push, but if this 2-hour starts to roll over, we know it's not the moment, okay? We know it is not the moment. If that 2-hour rolls over, the 30-minute rolling up, it's going to be rolling back down. We'll see if this is able to curl back up by the end of the day. That would be a good sign, but for now, we'd have to say, hey, this thing might be pulling back a little bit further. Maybe we do want to do like an hourly curl over or a 2-hour curl over and create a stronger base down towards this 437. So we're paying attention to this early on today. Make sure to like the stream as you do trickle in, because we have some good stuff to go through. We are going to go over and pop over to Chewy, because this is apparently what Keith Gill was apparently buying. Okay, so right here we saw these gap ups, and the cool part about about this stock here is the divergences. You actually had divergences all across this. And gosh, I just wish I was paying attention to it in the moment, because this right here was a sign like, hey, I'm going to see some kind of upward move, maybe to the 200. We gap above the 200 to gain that support, and boom, you see that rocket up to the upside. And we notice that from the buy point right here, well, that went up apparently 130%, now up about 85% from that area. So in just 2 months, 85%, very, very good gains to be had there. Now we have to see if GME is able to do the same, because we're coming down into a time where it's really got to bounce. If we look at the daily scale here, it really looks like, hey, this is about to go negative. Remember, it's not dead until that thing goes negative. So we're paying attention today. I think today's going to be a very, very important one for GME. And I noticed that we do have Robinhood is down. That's right. I use my fun account on Robinhood, and I like to pull up both my accounts before I start my day. And look at this. Boom, that thing comes down. So this isn't my regular trading account, but this is my overall fun account, and I can't do anything on my fun account today because Robinhood is not working today. So very, very interesting. I like to have a Robinhood account just to see what's happening with the platform, and it's just hilarious to me. But hey, Robinhood, I wonder if this will affect the stock in any kind of way. Right now, it really looks like we're either flagging to make another move down, or we're going to cross up and create a small divergence right here. And if you wanted to make a weekly range for this, well, you might want to take that course, because it's very helpful, and the price is about to go up. So get it while you can for just $100. That's right, just $100. You can get that course. The link is down in the description. Dedicate yourself to some learning, and then learn how to trade this back and forth, because what we've been doing is really just looking at a 2-hour and seeing that thing curl up and saying, hey, this could be the moment. And guess what? This 2-hour right here proved to have something to it, because we ended up from this level. Well, let's see the high here, up 7%. That is a good enough gain. And then we see if that curls over. Okay, we look for the strong base. So now my strategy that you're going to learn in the course actually will maybe come into play throughout this week. So that would be very interesting going forward. I hope all of you are having a good morning. Take a sip of your coffee, because I think it's going to be a little bit of a wild ride. Let's go over to the SPY real quick. The SPY, we were talking about how the 2-hour is really saying, hey, downside is the most likely option, but we have to pay attention to a 30-minute curling up into positive territory. Okay, 30-minute curls up, positive territory. This zone right here is going to be very, very important, okay? So we're paying attention to that upside as of right now with the upward move, especially if that 30-minute curls up. So what we're looking for here, as far as a trade setup goes, is we're looking for this to actually gain some steam, come up into this area, maybe even go like dramatically up and then curl back down, giving us that 30-minute divergence right here. If you look, if we got some kind of little hint here with a divergence, that would be very, very nice for a trade setup. So we're paying attention to it today. Like I said, though, the most likely scenario here is the 30 minutes going negative, the 2 hours crossed over. The most likely scenario from here is we go down, okay? But it doesn't mean that a rig move up can't happen, so we're still paying attention to that going forward. As we look over into the Qs, you're seeing a very similar thing. The 2 hour was able to cross, which tells us most of the probabilities are saying down, but if that curls up at any point, okay, it's by that center line, it's still positive. So the 30-minute here, what do we notice up here at the highs? Well, we don't necessarily have that dying out in momentum that we really like to see. Sure, you have it on the 2 hour across the way, but on the 30-minute, maybe you need it on the shorter time frames as well. We see a lot of these type of moves where a big move happens, and then you get one more rigged move up to grab some liquidity or fake some people out, and then boom, that thing starts to head down. So we'll look for another signal right here and pay attention to if it's some kind of cup and handle. Okay, we'll still pay attention to that if it starts to break through this level, but our weekly expected move is up in this area. So it's going to be a little bit crazy if early on in the week we just do something like this and just see this keep going up. It just doesn't seem likely to me at this point, but that doesn't mean I'm not paying attention to it because our monthly expected move is way up here towards 500. So we could keep heading higher in the month of July. Remember, implied volatility is a two-way street. I hope the mic's working because I just talked a lot. So, oh yeah, make sure to like it as you come in, guys. Make sure to like. And then I like to look over. I start talking and then I go, oh crap, I need to check if my voice is even being heard right now. All right, good. Whew, that was close. That was a close one. I can see the little bar moving. That's how I check. As far as it goes, though, the Qs really want to pay attention to those rigged moves up, but right now the 2 hour saying, hey, still down is the most likely option here. Apple, same thing, 30 minutes by the center line. So if this curls up, we can see a positive move. Now the 2 hour has curled down. This is a very, very close to the center line curl down here. So you have to read into that a little bit, and weekly ranges might help us a lot. Now Tesla, we gave the idea for this, the 2 hour pullback idea. And what could lead to that 2 hour pullback? Well, if this 30-minute curls up and sees a dramatic move up into this zone, this is going to be a little worrisome up here. Up here is where you want to pay attention because your risk is some kind of drop, right? There's not much reward left once you get up towards that 209, 210 level, okay, for Tesla for the week. I'm just pointing that out early on. Maybe we see a curl up like this and see that drop right back down. Uh-oh, that would not be a good sign. So there's a lot of setups that could happen today. Make sure to join the Patreon because if there are a bunch of setups that I'm seeing, I'll get off the live and I'll make a video specifically for Patreon. So we do give out those videos. Last week it was kind of just some coverage of what was going on in the market, but it looks like some trade setups might be setting up here on a Monday. That'd be great. With unsettled funds on Friday with new T+1 rule, can I sell today? You bought on Friday T+1 rule, you should be able to, yeah. Amazon, this is one that I was paying attention to, seeing if this could see an upward move. Let me pull up the ranges real quick. Turn on some tunes. All right, I got my tunes going. Let's go over to, what am I looking at? Amazon. So Amazon, funny enough, if you want to know where that weekly expected move is, you got to join the Patreon, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's somewhere around this high, okay? It's somewhere around this high. So what could we be seeing from Amazon? Well, we could get some kind of double top look here if we see some positivity, if this curls up. As of right now, pointing down, trying to go negative. Oh, give me a sec. Ah, got a vibe. Got a vibe. Baby, you need another ride. All right, Amazon, so curling up would be the positive thing that could happen here on the 30-minute. Let's go over to Nvidia because this guy here is still sitting right at a level we need to pay attention to. Right here in this area, just building a ton of liquidity. I think a big move will come for Nvidia. Right now, the hourly telling you that move is down. But we keep touching this zone and coming back up. Even in the pre-market, we've touched that zone, we come back up. So we'll see if we're able to bust through this at some point. But this could just curl right back up. So we'll pay attention to it going forward. If that hourly turns back up, look how close it is to going positive. So I'd pay attention closely to Nvidia today. This one here, it looks like the most, I would say, complicated one. But what you can see is like a small, like, you wouldn't even say divergence because it's flat. So at this point, you're just kind of looking at this like, okay, if we see an hourly pullback, maybe that's able to turn back up. This 160.83 level proven to be a area where we would like to compile up, right? So 30-minute pullback could still be happening. And then if that turns around at any time, AMD might be a good sign for AMD to actually head higher. Let's look around here. I never stray. How far up is Chewy? Is Chewy up like dramatically? Little 10% move. I think it was up 20% a little bit ago. This is going to be actively fought against today, guys. Just so you know, this is they're going to actively fight against this, I think, today. I think you're probably going to see this 2-hour, maybe I think this starts to fade. Just a thought here, because if they now know that this is the target, then they're going to target it more dramatically with the short selling. So we'll pay attention to it, but I'd really think a 2-hour pullback is coming for Chewy. Smart to do it across different stocks, though. I would say that from Keith Gill. Very smart to do this across different stocks. TLT dropping off very dramatically, by the way. So we're seeing yields go dramatically higher, and we're seeing the dollar drop off overnight. So that's the insider buying coming in. Now we're seeing that selling come in, but interesting to see. Let's see how we open up. We open up a little bit higher this morning. And GME down 5%. So this is really what we want to pay attention to. If that 2 hours is even able to curl over, it's not even curled over just yet. It was able to build back up a little bit here. AMC down 2%. GME down 5%. Okay, so we'll watch this for a second. What are you guys looking at this morning? All right, let's see. Is AMC going up? Well, right now it's looking like AMC is still positive in positive territory. You just got to watch for that 2 hour to roll over, or the 30-minute at this point to roll over, because you see these shorter time frames. It rolls down, rolls back up. That would mean that it's not the moment if this rolls over on the 30-minute. It's whenever that 30-minute rolls up and it just never rolls back down, which right now it's rolled down once, kind of going flat for a little bit, now popping back up. So once you start to see the squeeze happen, this 30-minute is not going to be able to turn back down until we go to crazy higher prices. So if the 30-minute curls down, we should assume, hey, yeah, pullback, right? Because that's what the indicator's telling us. And then if it turns back up, okay, positivity. So as of right now, positivity is still there. Tesla is taking off, going up towards that zone that I'm talking about. This zone, I'd be very, very cautious right here. This is where I'd start to be cautious. It still has room to the upside, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying you're probably going to make a triple divergence and see this hit this zone, and then it's going to fall off somewhere around 209. It might hit 220 later on. I just don't think that happens this week, unless we see something crazy. But I think 210 looks very likely, and then we'll see from there. It still could see a pullback, then see that next move. You know what I'm saying, Scott? I'm not against it going to 220. I'm just saying, for it to be healthy, build up over time, if it just went to 220 like this week, that'd be kind of nuts. But thank you guys so much for liking the channel as you come in. TLT is nuts right now. Like, just dropping off, yields going higher. Like, I don't, let me see here real quick. ISM PMI 48.7, consensus is 48.7 was the previous, 49.1 consensus and 50 forecast for the PMI. PMI comes out at 9 a.m. So what we would pay attention to here on the channel would be our range, okay? So what's the range for TLT? And then we go look at it and say, hey, this thing is down by its range already. So this is an area where it could see some buying because this is as pretty much as far down as is expected to go for TLT as of this week goes. We'll keep an eye on that PMI, but it went too long. Can't believe he bought 9 million shares of Chewy. What a psychopath. I'm gonna hit some whiskey glasses. All right. Yeah, this is just a crazy move. That daily decided though. You saw the break of the zone, retest goes again. So originally this looked really good, right? It looked like it was building up, then it falls off, builds up again, falls off. So if we even go into a 30-minute, you'll see the swing trade. You'll see the swing trade right here saying, hey, downside is the most likely option right here. But actually the swing trade would say right here in this level. It'd say right here at 93.28, the most likely scenario is down. But I don't think it meant like that. I don't think it meant like that. That's kind of crazy. That's a crazy move. But you see how when you build up, you'll see some kind of distribution down. So that's why we're kind of talking about Nvidia. Nvidia seeing that, and look, it's been in this area for a long time. Now it's seeing a break. So that hourly actually proven to be a little bit right here. And then we just want to look for any kind of divergences that we see on a 1 hour, a 2 hour, 2 hour curling over. Not a good sign. Look for the downward expected move here. Nvidia looks like the bottom of our zone is pretty spot on for the week, okay? So the bottom of this zone looks very likely to get tagged this week as of this look right now. That's what we would say. The probability of that happening is pretty good. If this bar holds. If this buys back up, then not necessarily going to be the moment, but you could see a 5-point move down from here. Oh, AMD dropping dramatically there. A little bit more dramatic drop there, 2.2%. Microsoft dropping off, which probably should mean something is really popping. Is Chewy still going? No, Chewy's not going either. What the hell's going on? Mara's seeing a good bounce. Bitcoin, we were talking about Bitcoin, seeing this slightly higher low as well. Friday, after hours here. So this is where we were talking about, you know, this is where we might create some kind of divergence, but we actually create a higher low, which is pretty good. It curls right back up right here, signaling, hey, this is a higher low. Okay, test this high, go make a new one here. Now we're going positive. So a pullback would make sense here. A small pullback that leads to another big rip in the future, I think that looks pretty likely. But Mara seeing some positivity there from it. Mara curling up on the 4 hour at the big morning on Thursday last week. Boom, there you go. Curls above the 200. Now maybe we can get to that zone. If you're trading Mara, gotta have those ranges still. What's Palantir up to? A, B, C, D, E, F. Dropped up. A bit of the hot box. Not the best look. Are you trying to confirm another? Oh, you already did. You already confirmed an upward move. Like this bar, that's like all the height you get there from that. GME breaking down to further levels. This is where having the downside expected move, very helpful. Like, not bad. No way. This is the divergence, though, that could be forming right here. Remember, guys, GME is going down because Roy and Kitty bought Chewy. Makes total sense. Yummy! What are you guys talking about? Nah, he's not a pump and dumper. He's trying to make the problem come to light. There's... Yeah, messing with no broke people. Morning, Bernie! The dollar's going down? It was popping up again, but yeah, I went down in the pre-market, which usually means selling, or buying coming in. Hmm. Could see like a head and shoulders here, maybe. Gonna angels. Ooh, Dow might make that move. 15, there's still time for you. Time to pay, time to lose. Tesla's solid. Look at that, get into that zone. Maybe I have to take a Tesla trade. It needs to go higher for me to take it, though. AMD, my god. Nvidia, my god. Sorry, I'm clicking around a bunch because I want to see these moves. No, you got a little higher to go. Come on, Tesla, you can do it. Come on, Tesla, give me the big setup. Give me the big setup, I'm ready. Tesla's ripping your face off. Hey, that's fine. That's gonna happen. Traders, that's gonna happen. So it's not fine. You need to fight back. Okay. If Tesla can get up to this zone, though, that's really where I'll be paying attention. I think it's that zone. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely that zone. Oh, dia en la discoteca. I think we're gonna cross up and form this divergence, guys, for Tesla, and then it drops. That's what I think. If we do this today, that'd be crazy. But we got to get up to 210 for me to really say that. Well, Tesla's kind of playing out exactly how I viewed it to play out. If you watched last night's YouTube video, I kind of mapped this out. We get up into the sell zone, we create a little triple divergence here, and boom, it's all over, I think. So not necessarily all over, but you're going to see at least a 2-hour pullback, right? So this 2-hour going up dramatically. 2-hour pullback looks likely here. Like you need the 2-hour to either pull back with time, like go like this, sideways kind of, you know, something like it, or that's going to get way too excited, which is kind of what we're looking like right now, and then you'll see that dramatically drop off, and then maybe in the future we'll do something like this. But I think if we do this, you have the chance for a dramatic drop, and then that builds back up. Oh, Rivian? Yeah, we'll look back at AMC in a moment. Rivian still is the 30-minute curling up. So 30-minute curls up here for Rivian, it could be a good sign. I'm just saying. Because a lot of the time when you see this move, especially after a strong move like this, you get down by that center line, hey, that means boom, break to the upside, test the high, go make a new one. So Rivian could see something, a little bit good price action here. Maybe make a range for this and that kind of thing is what I would have done before the open this morning. Is it? Hey, that's good. That's good for AMC. Look, it wasn't able to curl over. So the 30-minute not able to curl over, then nothing to worry about. GME, a little different, right? A little bit different. 2 hour trying to curl over here. So GME looking a little bit different, but AMC, 2 hours positive, 30 minutes positive. I mean, that's all you got to do to see this is a recipe for success here. And then it's like this. Once that recipe for success changes, this goes down. Okay, now that means you don't have the recipe for success. So then you have to be patient and see if that curls back up. Try to stay very chill. This is why I tell people, yeah, GME and AMC are actually directly related. They're under the, it's not that they can't move differently. It's the fact that the algorithm behind them forcing them down is the same. The algorithm forcing them down is the same. It's just AMC potentially had some big buying come into it at the end of the day on Friday. That's why it's holding up better. GME, now they can have actual insiders, like actual investors might be selling because they just saw the Chewy thing. But AMC is still, with this buying, it saw like 30 million come in the end of the day on Friday. That still should be a bigger pop than this. When they're being short sold, they have the same algorithm controlling them. Now, are they directly tied together? No, but they still have the same algorithm fighting them. It's just, I'm guessing with the thing with Chewy, there's not a lot of buying happening here now. And maybe there's even some selling, but it gives them a reason to force the stock down, which this would make sense now. And if you want to believe they're not tied together, that's perfectly fine. Just look at the individual signals. Right? That's all you got to do. What happened with Chewy? Some big buyers came into Chewy at the end of the week. Like last week, pretty much, they all, there was some big buying that came in. Ooh, AMC making a new high. Solid. Yeah, it's like, even if you don't believe they're tied together, that's perfectly fine. We still know the problem is behind both. We still know an algorithm is forcing both down in a similar way, but if you don't believe they're similar, that's fine. Pay attention to the signals. AMC, nothing bearish about this yet. Just dying out in momentum probably a little bit here on the shortest time frame. Well, let's look at the daily scale because that thing's trying to turn up. That'd be a great sign. This right here is a great sign. This curling up on the MACD would be even better. Time, open all the doors and let you out into the world. Over every boy and every girl. Fuck you. Goodbye. You heard me for the last time. Oh, I believe AMC goes above $30 or $20, definitely. But it's like, if you're doing an option, it's like, oh, you have to time it right. That's why we're looking at these signals closely. Nvidia dropping down. Here we go. 4 more points to go before this thing maybe bounces. Because it really doesn't look like a higher low is right here. Did it do it? 206. All right, we're getting up towards that 210. 209, 210 is where I'm expecting it. This zone right here is a sell zone. So you see now we have the 30-minute divergence that's forming. So we could trickle up a little bit more, and then we'd see a divergence up here. That'd be a great setup. Marina's happy. I think Amazon's got a good shot to make a double top this week. Nvidia not looking pretty there, man. Whoa. Cool. It depends if they can have a reason to halt it. So in order to get like them to halt, Most likely you need a 5% move in a window between 1 to 15 minutes. So if you notice, like, the algorithms are very good at sending a stock down by, like, say 3.5, 4% every 15 minutes. So that's why during these dramatic downturns, you see how down this is. Like, let's just take a point and go like this. That's 12% down or whatever, but pretty much none of these bars are going to be above 5%. None of these downward bars are going to be a loss of more than 5% because they can keep the algorithm just slowly pushing it down. You could say the same thing with Nvidia. Like, everyone's saying, oh, Nvidia never gets halted. During this uptick, if it wasn't already a gap up or something like that, it usually didn't go up by more than 5%. It always just like kind of trickled higher, trickled higher, trickled higher, trickled higher, trickled higher. So you need to go up by 5% in like 15 minutes. So if AMC goes up by 5% in 15 minutes, then yes, it most likely will get halted. Meta dropping off. There you go. I told Meta giving you the signal. This is a very weak momentum signal up here towards the top. Pointing this out, it looks great. Okay, now we're heading down. We got to see if that daily curls over. And when this daily curls over, okay, there's divergence above it, right? There's flatness down here and flatness up here. So this could be a solid pullback. But remember, this is a big move in the beginning of the week. So let's pay attention to where that weekly expected move is. You got a little bit, you got like 10, you can go down 10 more points. You can go pretty much down towards the gap support down here. I think right there looks likely. Something like 483 would be my best guess for this. Well, what's the low here? The open was 484.45. I think that area right there. Now you got to still pay attention to shorter time frames. We can get another rigged move, but that is the first sign of some big weakness there. GME not seeing that bounce yet. Oh, SMCI, my goodness gracious, 2-hour curl over, boom. Oh, that went down. Ooh, not looking good for SMCI. But it's going down towards another buy zone. We'll see if we can get a bounce from there, but Netflix was another one that still looks very weak as of this moment, by the way. So Netflix, this bar right here kind of confirmed Netflix as some kind of double top. So if we start to break below this level here, ooh, we can head a little bit lower, right? So we'll pay attention to this. I don't have a weekly range for Netflix. I really should have when I remember pointing out this look, but I should have made a range for it for this week. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. All right, let's see here. This is mainly what we're looking for from Nvidia, going down to lower levels. Remember, about 116 is what I'm really looking for, but the bottom of the zone is really where I'm paying attention. Or anytime this hourly curls back up. I don't know you want me to. Just me and you now. Cause I'm waiting. And we're gonna make a move now. Make the signal, Nvidia. Come do a lot. Check it with beat and do a job. There is no way, Apple. Apple, if you make a move up, that would be just insane. The Qs are rolling over, so whoever pointed out the Qs are starting to roll here pretty heavy. But the hourly told you, I think the 2-hour even told you, right? So the 2-hour said downside most likely option here. I would really be looking at this hourly. This won't be the best thing in the world, but if you look at this hourly and you create some weakness and momentum right here and you see that spring back up, we could see a rip around kind of market. That would be interesting going forward, but overall you'd have to say from this area, the 2 hours curled over, most likely thing that happens is we might see something crazy to the downside. You know, the club dancing in the middle of the club. Now, here's the thing about GME as well. The 2 hours still didn't curl over. I think that's crazy to me. hour and a half left, but it's just, it's like, I'm not crossing. So the momentum still hasn't shifted down. You notice that with the bar right now. The momentum is like coming down, but it's not confirming major momentum to the downside. So it's literally hanging by a thread right now. Looking in my eyes, I'm not afraid to die. Push me to the edge. All my friends are dead. Push me to the edge. Block. Hate people that spam my shit. All right, what are you guys chatting about? How is SPY looking? It looks, overall, both of these said pullback. Right now, 2 hours still crossed over, so not good. The only thing that can mess up this 2 hour is if the 30-minute curls back up. And is the 30-minute curling up? It's actually going negative, so all the probabilities are saying down until this little thing here curls up and goes into positive territory. If you get this, you have a maybe that we go higher, but as of right now, the probabilities are saying down, just so it's clear. The 2 hour says down is the probability right now. Oh, Robinhood's down, so you can't move those positions. I'm sorry about that, Tactical Ted. It's kind of like, whose turn is it this week to break down? We can look at Chipotle too, by the way. Give me a second here. But at Tactical Ted, it's pretty much like, who's not going to work this week, right? No, I don't think so. I think that retail likes to trade this. And so I think they're actually pumping Tesla up with retail, and then they're just going to do a total liquidity grab up towards this area. That's what I think. And also, we don't know. Tesla could have a short selling problem in it too. Just a lot of people in the stock, right? What was I going to do? Oh yeah, let's look at this. See if these charts changed at all. There you go. Okay. So this one here, well, the reason that I was bearish on this was because of this right here. You see that divergence, and you see it. Look at the RSI here. Just a high point here, and it just goes down and down and down. And so that tells me this is weakness in momentum, big weakness on a daily scale. You have kind of flatness across here, and then this one is down. This is the one you want to pay attention to. If you see all these flat ones, you're like, okay, maybe. But this one here says pay attention. Boom, crosses over right here, and that is continuing. Okay, that is continuing. So that's overall the take for here. 2 hour, what do we notice? Well, it tried to curl back up, rejected. This bar right here said no reason for upside. We head down, we crossed over on the daily, and that was it. But like I said in my YouTube video, I said a lot of these look like they have weakness in them, a lot of the Mag 7 and stuff, but they're probably going to use a few stocks to hold the market up higher, right? The market's holding up pretty well. It's a positive, SPY's positive right now. Q's only down 0.32. Why? Because Tesla, Amazon, Apple, right? All these things in here are going down except for a couple stocks. That's what I talked about. I think they do that a lot. I'll sing when it comes instinctively. Well, Palantir, I'd be scared if this 2 hour rolls over. Oil's still just moving. That thing is just moving right now. Bitcoin about to cross up on a daily. Interesting. Riding on the wall. Gotta use 2 hands. Financial sector going up, so that's probably helping out the SPY a lot. Yeah, there you go. So the curl up on the daily, this is pretty much a swing trader right here would say, hey, yeah, the financials look good. And then you can kind of see here, if we just go like this, you kind of see, do you see it? Do you guys see this? What? Maybe something like that starts to happen here. Looks kind of good. Gold's been funky. See, I think this was a wrong move. I think this was a total fake out because this signal looked so good right here. It really did. Like for gold, this signal here looked great. This right here, boom, boom. You see the divergence, and then it's like you get a rigged move down, and then the real move's starting to happen. Like this here looked like it was going to cross, but it didn't confirm, so we shouldn't be hurt by that. It looked a little flaggy. Okay, that drops off. Now we're looking, hey, that's going sideways. See if this is able to curl back up. That'd be a good sign. Let's look at a 4 hour. Is that curling up? So 4 hour able to curl up. Where's the low point? The low point's with these bars, so that's actually divergence right there. So you have 4 hour divergence. So on the daily side, you might see that curl up. This might be a good moment for gold, to be honest. Which kind of makes sense because that dollar looks like it might want to drop off. We'll see. Best face on everybody. Nasdaq. Oh, Nike. Oh, God. I remember that. This is just I don't fudge with it. But remember, guys, this still is going to $1,000, okay? Nike's going to 1,000 because Meet Kevin told me right here that the recovery in the Nike swoosh is real. So it's obviously going to like $500 because Meet Kevin said so. So I'm still gonna hold this. No, I'm not holding any of this because Meet Kevin has officially lost you 40% over the last year and a half. Congratulations. All right, rejection on the daily scale. This would be huge from volatility. SPY still curled over saying pullback, but notice that we're moving sideways. I wonder if we just keep moving sideways. Same with the Qs moving sideways. Why do you mock me, Kevin? Because the 11 of the 14 stocks that he told people to buy over the last 2 years are down 60% to 99%. And his little things where he's gonna be your money manager are very obvious scams. And more so just as a joke. You know, I don't really care, but more so just as a joke, for fun. Oh wait, PMI. Let me see. 48.5, it came down. That should be like a good sign. Yeah, that came down. So that actually might be a good sign. I wonder if that pushes Tesla up to that 210 level. Look at this. I might start loading up, getting a Tesla order ready. All right, though. That is probably going to be a little bit bullish there. Watch for these 30 minutes if they're going to start to curl up. Whoa. Where's Jerome Powell talking tomorrow? Interesting. AMD, my God. Lead on it. That's a nice trait. There you go, Amazon. Make the signal for us, buddy. Make the very easy trade for us, buddy, for some kind of pullback. Same with Tesla. Nvidia might make an easy one if it comes down a little lower. Brings me about it and lets me fine. Oh, still struggling a little here for AMC. Betting on FFIE? Has it at least turned up on like a 4-hour or a daily or something? Oh, there you go. All right. Oh! God, it needs like one more good day. It needs one more good day, and that thing's gonna cross up. So 2-hour, if that curls down, probably not the moment. Solid 2-hour like divergence on the MACD, not on the RSI. So this might just be a dead cap, but we'll see if that daily can curl up. Probably a good sign, honestly. It's the same thing we're looking for in AMC and GME. Tesla's gonna get there. Yeah, that would make sense. Let's look here. Let's really look at AMD then for a second. Yeah, AMD is at the bottom of its range first thing in the week, guys. So you're not wrong. You're not wrong saying this right now. This is that weekly expected move very early on in the week. This is where a lot of traps have been set too, right? We gapped up above this area. It's a good point to talk about because that's the weekly expected move right there. I'm watching it on my other screen. No. I wonder if they shut this stuff down. Um, 155 is as low as it's expected to go. So if the short volume picks up here, actually, and then there's some secret people buying calls at a lower price, like pretty much it's like AMD should see some kind of bounce from this level. On a move like this, you want to be careful with it. What I would look for if I'm looking for like a short-term play is some kind of 5-minute going positive, some kind of 5-minute divergence, something like that. A little 5-minute bounce, drop like this. I see that. I go, okay, that might be the base for now. And then just be like, okay, this is probably only a couple day play. That's how I've done these type of moves. Because you'll notice there's nothing really saying it's going to reverse from here on any of these time frames. The hourly saying that's going to go down. So I'd be looking for maybe a 5-minute pop, drop, and then come back up, because you see how oversold we are. Now they could, if this is a really rigged move, they could just V-shape that thing. So I'd pay attention if that 5-minute goes positive as well, but I think the most likely thing is we see some kind of thing like this for a little bit, turn back down, do that. That would look pretty good, at least for a trade, guys. We look for highly probable trades. I don't just see a drop, go to a weekly move, buy something. That's not how I do things. That's not how you read into the indicators, really. You have to get some kind of reason. But as always, it's up to you. It's up to your risk. So I'm not really teaching people like what to buy or anything like that. I'm just saying, hey, this is how you read the indicator. There's nothing to read into here. So I would, even myself, I'm looking at the order and I'm going, I'm going to wait till this does something like this. At least gives me some kind of reason. Right now I have 2 reasons. I need 3 to take a trade. I have, what? Not even that, actually. That's not even a reason. Let's at least look 30-minute. 30-minute is not even oversold. So right now, the only reason I would have to take a trade is that weekly range is right there. Am I going to take a trade because I have one reason? No. I'm going to be patient. And if this just goes like that, well, maybe I could swing trade it. 30-minute curls up. Maybe that, but I'm not going to take something down here with only one reason to take the trade. Good morning, Mr. Rosales. MU. What's Micron been doing? Oh, here you go. This is actually going to be a good setup here in our little zone. So these aren't ranges or anything. Let me change them to white so you're not confused. This is kind of a zone here, but I want you to see the 2-hour divergence forming here. Look at this. If that starts to curl up right now, that might be a sign that this thing is going to see a little bit stronger move. Maybe coming up into this area here. Right? So I'd pay attention if this thing starts to curl up on the 30-minute, because if we reverse that trend around, that'd be a good sign. The 2-hour can curl up. Hey, the 2-hour can finally curl up and see some kind of bounce. At this point, you would say a lower high at some point looks very likely because you're very deep in negative territory, but I'm just telling you the 30-minute is saying some kind of bounce is coming. If that curls up, that's key too. It has to go green, right? This has to cross here. Don't just think it has to happen, right? It has to show you on the indicator and then you'll catch a good bounce. In a stock only worth about 128, I wouldn't look for more than maybe 3 points. It's not financial advice, just something I'm doing because AMD looks bullish on my indicators. Don't follow me, it could drop more. Yeah, it's just I like to look for a strong base. I like to look for a strong base. Pointing out what you're pointing out is very good. Like pointing out what you're pointing out is very good. Now we can pay attention to it, right? So this is a level that could prove to be important because I believe that's right where that weekly expected move is. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure that's it. You're at it right now and you're filling a gap. Like, this does not look like the craziest thing, but the only thing you have to know is why you want to see reversal signals down here is because this level right here, which you're crossing right now, pretty much right where that line is, this is the level where you can see a 68% chance for a bounce and you're early on in the week. But this also has a 32% chance to do something crazy and just keep going. That's why I want to wait for a reversal signal before getting into the move. Does that make sense? We belong together. But like, look at it on the daily scale. Like, that's not a good look, right? So it's kind of sketchy to be like, ooh, yeah, for sure. No, it's a little sketchy there. I mean, if this thing could like just turn up on a 2-hour, you'd technically have a divergence here to here. Meta, Microsoft, Google, AMC going negative now a little bit. Let's watch this for a sec while I finish my sandwich. Yeah, it seems like Robinhood's messing up for a lot of people. Hi, Alpao. How you doing, big guy? Good boy. Alan, Keith Gilbot, Chewy. We used to get stuff from Chewy, didn't we? Yeah. Begging you. Create a theme with AI. I'm not using AI for anything, my friend. Lean with, rock with, shop with. What happened with Boeing and Spirit? There you go. Good rejection there. Hi, Alan. What are you doing down there? You don't get any. Alan's a little fatty. E-Trade's down now? E-Trade must be so fucked. Like, I'm just gonna say it, man. E-Trade doing so much. E-Trade's being sketchier than Robinhood lately, and that's just like, that's just crazy. Take a deep breath, then I get real high and I. What's going on? Hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? MVP. All right. Does anything happen? Where the hell is Tesla at? Uh-oh. Tesla hit 209. I said 209 to 210. That's the area. Watch out. 30-minute. Divergence is there. Divergence is here, so it still can take some time, but see this compared to AMD right now. This is saying, hey, I need a pullback on a 2-hour, okay? This has some of the biggest volatility. It has like over 55% implied volatility for the month of July, so it's gonna be volatile in July. And look, you're getting a triple divergence, which could rotate over that 2-hour. Maybe we go from 209 all the way down to 195. That'd be a solid little setup there. So that's my order I'm looking at, but I might wait till momentum confirms that. Hell yeah, Drake. Let me see what's going on. What are people talking about on the interweb? They're still talking about Roaring Kitty and GameStop. Interesting. Was Chewy the wild card? That's kind of the narrative for some people. Oh, tap, holiday, yeah, we got that. Sorry, I'm just chilling, vibing for a second. Thoughts on Nvidia? I still think downside's the most likely. I'd say this 30-minute here, able to curl up, then most likely this is done. This is going to be like a higher low. But the most likely scenario right here, as that 2 hours curling over, is you see it go just a little bit lower, down towards like 116, 117. And then you see this, and that would be a great setup. Even I'm thinking about taking that play because we're still in a bullish market, so bullish trades are going to be easier with these type of big stocks. Oh, excuse me. I miss you more than life. Meta? Meta already gave us the 2-hour signal, so this is the first initial drop from that 2-hour signal. So what I really want to see here was, is there 30-minute divergence right here? I think that'll tell me a lot. Okay, is there really 30-minute divergence? There's one rejection one here. I don't know if that's the best. So what I want to say is, well, actually, that 30 minutes going very negative now. Okay, so what's most likely going to happen from this area, you could see some kind of bounce, or it just keeps going. The 2 hours not saying turn around yet. I'm just saying the 30-minute is pretty oversold, so some kind of bounce could come, but you notice this, it's going to be harder to go positive because you're a little further down. So I think if we do get a pop, look for that to rotate back down actually and confirm this. And look at this, if you just draw across after that idea we just talked about, this is what comes up. Now you look for the pattern, we see something like this. That's what I think is the most likely scenario for Meta right now, but that can change. You just want to pay attention to your signals. Oh, I think it will. I think that's really what I think Nvidia should do. But look at it. It's trying to turn around right now. So we'll see. Now, what you could say is like on the 5-minute, you see this, how it's deep. So maybe this 5-minute, literally, this is a very cool thing to do right now. If this can keep going, and then roll back down and then do it, you'll have a 5-minute divergence with across the way a like 2-hour divergence at the same time, right? Or an hourly or a 2-hour divergence at the same time. This would be a great signal right here at this level right here. If that all plays out, it will be a great trade. That's like one way that I scale into moves, by the way. New high on Tesla, perfect. Perfect. This is great, okay. I'm really looking at this one. I really like this one. I might even look at it on a 15. Okay, it's not looking the best on the 15, but the 30-minute here. See, and the reason I'm looking for this, you guys want to know my thinking. The reason I'm looking for Tesla to see some kind of just pullback, maybe a little bit more dramatic because it has some implied volatility, is just because the 2 hours cooked. I'm not saying it. I think it might go to 220 next week or something, but I think it needs to do this and then curl back up in order to get there. And then you might see that 2-hour signal and it might be game over for Tesla once we see that. But that could not happen at all. But I'm just saying the 2-hour pulling back would be a great, great look for Tesla right now. Unless we're going to see something absolutely crazy. I'm gonna drive a little, building you forever. No longer young and beautiful. Who knows that one? When I'm not on. Oh, I know you will. I know you will. I know that you will. Who knows it? Who knows the song? I like that movie too. It's from Great Gatsby, guys. Come on. Sorry, I'm really like looking around for what's going on. Paradise, paradise. Okay, let me look at Tesla. It's going directly up towards it, man. I think that's not a good thing. Okay, let's see, 185. Okay. What? Race mode. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay, cool. Sorry, I saw something funky on my order here. Let's see here. I'll be right back in 2 seconds here. All right, good. So kind of what I'm looking for here is a little 5-minute divergence here, and then the overall 30-minute divergence confirming here. So that'll be my first like cheap scale in, and then I can add the full position once the 30-minute goes over. So I'm looking for the 5-minute. So I'm getting my order ready over here. Seeing that pop up. Okay, if it pops down, pops back up, okay, then I have a good reversal signal here for today. That's a very dramatic move very, very quickly. Amazon might set it up next. 30 minutes, starting to curl up. All night, all my starlight is in you. No, not worth. When I dance until the world ends. Alright. Alright, I'm back. What are we talking about? AMC up 1.2% all of a sudden. What the? Solid. All right. Let's go look around a little bit here, but this going up to that 209, 210 level. So this is where I'm looking at it. Keep it up on my other screen. That way I can be ready for it. Amazon curls up, positive territory, could head up towards 200. Nvidia trying to base out here. I'm still liking the idea of seeing a 5-minute curl up and a 5-minute curl down. Then we see a stronger base down here for Nvidia. I think that'd be a good look. Oh, is this over? This one. Sorry, I'm playing my tunes too. Salaries have fallen by an average of 8.2% in the last 5 years, per money-wise. Despite this, housing prices have risen on an average of 56%. Do you love the debt-based system, guys, or what? What are you guys chatting about? What are they ruling on today? I don't necessarily care too much what people say. I more so want to pay attention to the signals when it comes to Tesla. It could mean something, but you don't know what's just like a real report and what's a fake report at this point. As of right now, this is a sign that we're heading up towards the weekly expected move very early, so the SPY here on the 5-minute has this little 5-minute divergence I want to read into a little bit. Qs don't. They could start to curl up right now. We could see some upside for both if they start curling up. We're seeing a lot of stuff start to curl. AMD, this is one. I'm still going to look at AMD. I don't know if it's worth it to do it, but I'll look at it. Seems like an overreaction to me. No, I can't do that though. No, that's not worth right now. Trump immunities today. Hollow. Ooh, 2-hour divergence. You got 2-hour divergence, so this can turn up daily charts. Oh, daily turned up with divergence as well. This actually could be kind of bullish. Let me look at this one. This one might be worth doing a fun play on. This looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me, because we need a little controversy, because it feels so empty without me. Show us the shares. I don't show any of my portfolio. I am a private person. I'm here to teach, not to convince people to buy stuff. Buy what I'm buying. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to show you how to use these indicators. I'm not going to try to get anyone to do what I'm doing. No, thank you. I have AMC, GME, and AMD. I think AMD, I don't think that's the worst play in the world. I really don't. As you're just below that expected move now. I don't know you last time. Might make that divergence across the way. It might look cleaner on like a 4-hour or something like that. Oof. It just looks rough, doesn't it? You're below the weekly expected move, so something crazy. That's why I'm like, I really want to see some kind of reversal signal here. I'm just not seeing any. But I mean, I think it's at least not a worse thing to do, right? You're at a weekly expected move. That's what's expected. Okay. Tesla now at the weekly expected move. Okay. Put my faith in something unknown. Do not compute. I mean, you can just see if the real estate market, if like the housing sector is being affected in any way. It looks like it's coming dramatically down. Bitch, I said what I said. So now that housing sector index here coming down dramatically. big bounce, nothing. I don't think that looks very good. 2 hour trying to go positive for volatility. I don't know. 2 hour looks like it needs a stronger base than this, doesn't it? Daily side, you're getting rejection though, so that could be enough of a signal right there for volatility to come back in. AMC, you just need to get this daily momentum behind you and you'd be good. They do not want to close above $5, but definitely don't want to get anything above $5.55. GME, let's see if it's making that 2 hour signal. Still not curling over on this 2 hour. That's so crazy to me. Yeah, I know. I saw the 10-year spiking and I'm like, the PMI we just got was lower. The PMI we got was lower, so I don't know. It's like the PMI is going lower. Now you are seeing like things like, where is it? Oil, you're seeing that see a little bit of a bounce, but starting to come off. But like, the dollar is actually spiking here. Dollar's starting to spike. Apple not, it's getting that wick again. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Tactical Ted. I don't know myself. Yeah, and like it could be a lot of people on Robinhood had Chewy and then they rig it this morning. That's fucked. That's so fucked. I get behind. Dang, okay, this was able to wick back up for now. I still like this 5-minute idea. 5-minute drops down. Again, one more time, then I have maybe a reason down towards that 116. No, they really don't, Tactical Ted. You can try, reach out to them. Most of the time, they do not. Oh, why am I looking at a 5-minute? See, everyone's going to be saying double top, and then it just goes, whoop. We're kind of getting rid of it. Now we have multiple point divergence if we turn around from here, but it's a strong move from Tesla. That's all that's expected for the entire week is about right here? Where is it? Yeah, pretty much right here. So you're already above it. An hour into trading, you're above this. That's so crazy, man. 7 days a week. Ooh. So if the 30-minute curls up, most likely that 5 minutes not going to roll back down. We'll see. Someday. Why do I keep looking around on a 5-minute? What are you guys looking at? Christine, hey, thank you for the $4. I see it. I see it. Testing 124 at least one more time. That would make some sense. If you come up to here, that would make sense. Then you'd want to see resistance there. Thank you so much, Christine, for the $4. It'll pop up in a second. It's Monday. I give $4 every Monday. It's so crazy, the 10-year just spiking, but the daily did cross up. I remember we mentioned the daily crossing up here. Now we're seeing that move way up after breaking through the trend. Very interesting. But my goodness, TLT not liking that and going below the weekly expected move, so that is not a good sign. There it is, Christine. Thank you so much, Christine. My predictive algorithm said Tesla would hit 213. I think it's pretty much there, isn't it? Did it hit it? Technically not 213. Mine would say like, 210. That's overall the area where this stuff was telling you to go up. And we mentioned the 30-minute curling up here, so this is just, I've done it enough times to be like, yeah, this is the most likely scenario. But I didn't take a trade here, right? Yen's bleeding. Am I certified for what? And if I don't have a good night, I just want to have a good night. Certified baddie. I've been sitting, waiting, wishing you believe in superstition. I don't know, man. I don't know about close this week, but here you go. It's making it right now. It can go lower, and look, the divergence wouldn't necessarily be there on the RSI. Look at the RSI. So it's not the best case, but if you're looking for this MACD to go positive, if it could curl up anytime soon, that would be a great sign for GME. It really would. Because I think it's at the weekly expected move. Actually, it's got a little bit lower to go. It could go down to like 2150. On the hourly, you got to turn around soon. I think the hourly is probably better to look at, actually. See the hourly, how it's close to the center line? So if that curled up, you'd say, ooh, a big move can come. You're starting to see that dollar pump, too. But the SPY is selling off with that pump. And overall, it's still down. Like, the dollar's down while the SPY's down as of right now. Triple divergence on the RSI here for Tesla. On and on. There it goes. It's starting to break down. There's the resistance coming in for Tesla, right where we think it should, right around that 210 level. We have Nvidia seeing that 5 minutes, seeing if that's going to curl back down for a stronger base, or maybe just a dramatic drop. We'll find out. But I think that 116 level looks pretty good. And then GME right now, weirdly enough, not the worst signal in the world. I think the hourly is a little better, but if this hourly can turn around here, that would make some sense. Interesting. That would be a good level. Okay. Zero DTE, well, a lot of the times the market maker is using retail's liquidity to make whatever move they want to make. So zero DT is something I just don't like. I think most of the time retail loses, 95% of the time. So zero DT I don't really like. I'd rather do what I do, right? Be a position trader who manages their risk very tightly in this environment. That's what I think is going on. Zero DT is just difficult because they see all the orders, they see all the order flow, and then they just put it wherever they want once they gain your liquidity. So they literally came out and said, like, we just price things where we think they should be, not what they're actually priced to be. So it's like the buying and the selling technically then doesn't even matter, and they're just going to price it wherever they see fit and let manipulation happen wherever they need to push stuff down or push stuff back up. So I'm not a big fan of zero DT. I'm really not. All right, let's look at this guy. Oh, I'm on an hourly. I was like, why do all these look weird? Down 10%. Look at that drop. So you could head down towards that 21 what? About 22, somewhere between 22 and 21 is how low you could go for the entire week for GME, at least the expected downside. Lovely. I need to change those. SMCI is starting to see a little bounce from here. Mara, what a move. Interesting. Oh, Palantir, I think you're getting too excited. I think you might curl down now. Well, let me look across the board. Yeah, that 2 hour might be crossing soon. Yeah, we might be getting some kind of pullback from Palantir soon. Oh. You like confirm more upside, then immediately reverse back down for the Dow. Volatility's staying there. Dollar's still going up now. Now even. Everything's like trying to hold, trying to curl. Tesla, there you go, starting to drop down above that expected move. No real 5-minute stuff here, so if there's a 5-minute pullback, we still could see that test that level again. Got a friend. First signs of basing out for AMD. See if that can get some kind of drift up. I'd really like this look. Then I'd think about it for sure. Tesla, not even a 5-minute pullback yet, though. Wonder if any news will be dropped for Tesla soon, and then it'll all make sense why we're getting up to this level. What do you guys think? HGX even more down? God damn, man. Like, this is awful for the housing market. You might start to see big cities see like huge decreases in prices right now. There's a really good YouTuber I like to watch as far as the housing market goes. I don't know if you guys have heard of this guy. His name is, it's Reventure Consulting. I actually really like his videos, like just information wise, not necessarily like buy or sell type stuff, just keeping you aware of what's going on. And right now he actually has a video coming out for his members only. Inventory is spiking. Realtor.com releases new data that massive supply glut in Texas, Florida, and other cities. So he's a very good one if you have a moment right now, and you want to kind of like just get someone who's keeping his hand on the pulse for the housing market. Reventure Consulting. I really like his channel. That's no assumptions. I'm kind of feeling that a little bit. I'm feeling it. They send it lower. We have lower implied volatility this week, and now it's heading lower, and it's kind of like, hey, we tested the 50 too. Like, you also tested the 50. You have a little divergence right here, not necessarily on the RSI at the same time. So take it with a grain of salt. Maybe it's there for you on the hourly. You got to have one that really tells you it's there. Hourly kind of coming flat here. So that one maybe is the one to pay attention to. Trade it based on an hourly chart. And then you see that start to head up. So we'll see, but this is a round out. We have to see if that's going to get some room, beat this high, get above 27.66. That would all be good stuff. Did you tell my name? Reventure is good info. Mike likes him too. Good. I'm glad you guys like him because I've been watching him for like a year now, and I really like his videos. He actually like goes on the ground and like looks through housing markets. I like that a lot. Very knowledgeable guy. Because I was almost an MLO, so I know a little bit about, you know, housing and loans and things like that, but to see someone who just like puts everything into it, I like his channel. Just curl up on a 30-minute. As of right now, Apple is saying, hey, upside target. So now you might see like Apple pump, Tesla drop off, Nvidia pump, Tesla drop off, or AMD pump, Tesla drop off. That'd be interesting. Need you by my side. Dollar just went positive, guys. So dollar still not crossing on the daily, still holding above that 105.65. This is a point to real. That is a major big thing going on there. Like, that is a big amount of selling coming in, and we're not necessarily seeing that much selling in the market, right? We're not seeing too much. Nothing change. Good job on me, baby. High yield growth dropping off dramatically as well. Wow. Two-year's starting to turn up too. Oh man, the 2-year starting to turn up, and the 10-year going dramatically up. Oh no. Oh, that's too bad. Now I feel bad singing it. See, the thing is, this isn't a ton of calls yet. Is it not? Fair. It's reflecting a little bit. You're right, though. It's really not reflecting it correctly. What is this measuring, though? That's what we have to see. Here, we'll do this. See, this one hasn't dropped off enough yet, so it's probably following this one more to a T. Weirdly enough, you'd think. Now you're dropping below. That might not be good. A big move's coming for this one here, for the real estate sector. It's more tracking, I think, the real estate sector. But the housing sector itself is like shit in the bed right now. All right, Tesla, all you gotta do is curl over on this 30-minute. Then I can manage my risk, but you might have to tell me a little something different. Sorry, what does that mean when 2-year and 10-year is going up? So, well, if the 2-year is going up, then that's pretty much like right now they're estimating that the 2-year needs to go higher, that there will be some kind of higher rates actually. If the 10-year is going up, that just means like higher rates. So that would mean inflation is still a problem, maybe based on some data we got. But to say that that's based on the data today, not necessarily correct there because the PMI came down. So maybe we need to look at something else. This right here might be why, because it came up from the previous, this global manufacturing PMI final here. But the ISM manufacturing PMI right now actually came down. So you would expect those yields to head lower actually, but with this number up here, it might end up going higher. So this is a reaction maybe to some data at this point. What you really want to pay attention to is over here. This is when you want to pay attention for the stock market to possibly go into recession, would be right over here. If the 10-year, this number right here, starts to go higher than this number over here, you have uninversion. And that pretty much every time in history has led to some kind of recession, stock market volatility, stock market downside. Stocks can go down while yields go up, but the overall take here is this. If you really look at it, you have to pay attention because the yields actually are going up over time, right? They're going up on this stretch here ever since December of 2023. And then if you just pull up the SPY, you're going to notice what? Since December of 2023, where are we exactly since then? December of 2023, the stock market is up as well. It's up as well. So to say it's actually more so that when the yields probably drop off dramatically, that's when the market actually sells off, weirdly enough. Because the yields have been going up, the dollar's going up, and the SPY's going up, all at the same time. So it'd tell you maybe the dollar going up while the yields come down is where we'll actually see weakness. So maybe this point right here, March 28th, April, where is it? So here, like March 28th, then it started to scale up. So and this is a good point too. It's not more so if the 10-year yield gradually goes up. The market itself usually reacts when you see it dramatically go up. So the reason the market's maybe reacting now is because it's dramatically going up. You see how it's just spiking? So over here, you kind of gradually did this, way down, gradually did this. And then right here, it said, hey, yeah, we're really scaling up past some key levels. So that's more so what you want to look at. But uninversion is the most important thing to pay attention to. They have to sell the bonds to save the yen. The yen is screwed. The yen is absolutely screwed. So that could be what's going on right here. We don't know necessarily, but it's not looking good for anything on our debt or anything like that. Snow's up 3.5. Oh, good divergence for snow right there. Good buy point, actually, right in here, this little bar. You're still below the 200. So I think the highest you go is, well, first of all, we got this zone right here. Be careful with that. But the second place where you could probably get to, probably that 200. Then you got to see from there. Maybe make some kind of structure like this. That would be solid. As of right now, this might be chasing the move, but you're spreading out the Bollinger Bands. That's a good sign. I would just say if I wanted to get in this move, I'd be looking for a 2-hour pullback at this point. 2-hour divergence was fantastic here, actually. It's very choppy in here, but if you had confidence in your indicators, this bar right here told us, hey, upside to potential. Very good move, too. Right up into the zone. Dollar starting to turn up on a 2-hour. This could not be pretty, guys. This might get a little ugly for some stocks out there. If that 2 hour on the dollar turns up, that means some selling is coming in. I'm in AMD calls. I couldn't help myself. Okay. Manage the risk, all right? So you're really hoping that 30-minute curls back up. But as of right now, you would say if this 5 minutes starts to curl back down at any time, I'd be a little bit cautious. Your timing might be a little off. As of right now, that's fine. I think you got one reason at least to take the trade, so that's a good thing. Maybe 2. Me, I just need 3, 4, or 5. I really like 5 reasons to take a trade right now. That's what we talk about in the course. Course is only $100, guys, for like 7 more days. I extended it just because some people were like, oh, I get paid next week. And I was like, I don't want to give out coupon codes to certain people that were emailing me. So I'm just like, hey, I'll just leave it for a little bit of time because I kept saying June 31st, and June 31st doesn't even exist. So it's like, I'm an idiot. This really will be the last week. This is literally the last week, and then I'm going to work on the swing trading course. In and out of Nvidia made 12%. Small wins is my new motto. Hey, that's perfectly fine, Dallas. Congratulations, 12%. Very, very good little win there. We say little, but 12% is pretty significant. So this here, 5 minute, really paying attention to this here. I think the 5 minute has a good opportunity to make some kind of divergence, head down towards that 116 level. I hope nothing really bad happens. Like, yeah, I know that I'm saying a major top is coming this year, but I'm like hoping it doesn't absolutely rip the whole retail market apart. I really do. Lifestyle. So yeah, 15 went up dramatically, so I gotta watch out here. If I'm gonna take a play, I gotta watch out for any kind of curl ups. Because like a little 5 minute divergence happens a lot. A little 5 minute divergence where it just goes like trickle, 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 pop, and then it drops down. So I'll pay attention to that. That's when I'm really looking for the play. You don't have to download the course. It's just on Teachable. It's on a learning website, like a teaching website. And then all the videos are there. You can learn manage your risk, and investing is at the last parts there. It's a very important section. It's very, I really like that on managing the trade. I didn't even realize it in real time when I was making it. It was an extra video I was making, and I was like, holy crap, this is probably the most helpful video you can give anyone that's trading in any market with any strategy. It's like how to manage your risk on certain charts. Know when to get in, know when to get out. All right, Tesla, what you gonna do? Amazon started to curl up 30-minute. Is that crossing? I believe it is. Ooh, it's about to. I think Amazon's got a good shot to head up towards like 200, 199. You'll all right. My body's here on the west side. Ew. GameStop. Ew. No, there's no time limit. Nope. The course, you just get it forever. It's just a one-time payment. Yep. I would feel like a jerk if I made someone pay for something and then said, you have a month, and then I take it away. No, you get it the whole time. So if I ever add to it, you know, I've added to it a couple times now in the last like month and a half. I've added to it twice. So you've already bought it. You already get that stuff. So if you haven't looked back at the course, it's a good time to go look at it because I've added some stuff to it. Another love. I'm gonna do a vacation. All right, what are you guys talking about? Sorry. GTA. Wait. GTA has another game coming out? $193. Yeah, I don't think it's over for Tesla necessarily. I just think this 2-hour pullback's going to happen. I think you're going to see it turn down. Maybe this area right here, or maybe the top here, 188. Somewhere in this area, you'll probably see some bounce. Curl down, curl back up. Hopefully that happens towards the end of the week, though, so it just continues, goes to 220 or something next week. MasterCard? Some more than some. Ooh. MasterCard give it some huge divergences. This looks like reversal in trend if you can curl back up. It really does. June 3rd, June 24th. That looks like some solid divergence down there. That's all I can say. Solid divergence. If that curls up, hey, positive territories right there. A good bullish move can come. If that doesn't turn up, well, then that just might continue to go down, break the 200. But at this point, it looks like it's creating that divergence. Now I just want to see, like, is there a 2-hour? There's no real 2-hour divergences, anything. There is kind of way across the way. But this is more a setup that I would like to look for a little trade, right? See this pop up right here. Okay, goes up to 462. So pretty solid there, but knees weak, arms are heavy. This vomit on his sweater already. Let me look at this options here. Actually, and you want to more so look for like the shortest time frame too. Yeah, see, that's not the prettiest look. I mean, I like the setup on the daily. That's all I can say. I like the setup on the daily for some kind of reversal if that can cross up and go positive. Earnings is right around the corner here for a lot of things. AMC is starting to go. My drawing's still up. Thoughts on the debate? It was one of the best comedies I've ever seen in a long time. It reminded me of Golden Girls, but with more dementia. Tesla on the 5-minute shows 3 points of oversold. Oversold? I'm still treading. Yeah, you got 3 points up here, but usually you want the clear one. It looks like the clear one could be coming. But now that you're back below, so the weekly range sitting somewhere up in this level, now that you're back below it after you came out of it, you're either probably going to use it as resistance. You could use it as resistance right there and just start dropping. We'll see, but you still have the opportunity for this to get down by the center line, right? Do something like this. That would be a clear signal. Neo, let's see this guy. Damn, okay. 2-hour divergence on Neo. Neo looks decent, man. If this can curl up, Neo looks decent. Daily. Daly's been trying to curl up for a while here. Let's look at Nia's orders. Same time. Dum dum. Yeah, I think Neo has like an order flow imbalance to the upside too. So this is what I'd maybe look at right now, because that 2 hour looking pretty good right there. Looking like it wants to cross up and go positive. That would be a solid sign. Great divergence across the way. So might be a good time to pay attention to Neo, seeing some dramatic price action to the downside, but you could see some kind of pop here. It's hard to tell how high it could go. I don't have a weekly range. Weren't expecting the GME drop, or no? Because you should be expecting the GME drop with the 30-minute crossing over. You should expect some downside until that turns back up. Has it turned back up? No, it hasn't. So you notice right here, we have almost like a double top divergence. Boom, that completes on this bar right here. So $25. Anywhere from that bar, you never expected upside. AMC was a different story. AMC has curled up, curled up, curled up. It curled down, and then it confirmed back up, curled down, confirmed back up right here. So right now, AMC is still bullish. It's overbought though, but so the potential for this dropping off is there, but the 2 hours positive. GME, the 2 hours starting to roll over. It's just not looking the best for GME right now. Yeah, and it's I mean, I wouldn't expect that either, but I think when you get that big of a move down, you're most likely looking at some people probably did sell the stock believing that Roaring Kitty sold his. But they're probably just assuming that he only has enough cash to pay for one stock at a time. What if he has enough cash? We don't know how much cash he actually has. We just know how much he had in one account. What if he has a whole nother account and he's just holding all these things? I'm a lousy texter. Yeah, so even from here, you can go down towards like 2150. It was Apple that was looking. There you go. Apple's crossing up. That's kind of saying upside. What is the weekly expected move for Apple? No way. Is that right? Hold on, I gotta make sure this is right. Yeah, Apple does not have a big move in it. It's pretty much almost to its weekly expected move already. So if that's gonna see something crazy happen, could be right now. Something crazy could happen with Apple, because it does. This is pretty much where that weekly expected move is. So 68% chance we close lower than this by Friday, but we still have a 32% chance to see something crazy. We've built up liquidity for a little bit. This one here, 5 minute. There we go. 5 minute getting close to the center line. This is when I kind of wanted to pay attention to Nvidia for a moment. Let's leave it here. Do you wanna go and take a ride with me with 3 women in the dome with the dozy? So why must I be this fool? See, look. See, now it hits the weekly expected move. Look at this. So now it hits the weekly expected move. We got to see, is it going to curl up again? Or the most likely thing is it's going to do this, and then we see that curl up later on. But I'm just looking for this 5 minute to curl up at any time and give me that reversal signal. I think that would be the good thing, is to sit, be patient. Let it do its thing in the morning, see what happens by the end of the day. That's what I'll do. Visas in my neck. If you come around, I'll make them all die. Damn, that housing sector is down 2.2% now. Freaking A, that is a bad thing. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so it pushes through 210. It is testing that weekly expected move right now. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I don't know if it has that much steam anymore to go to 216, unless this 5 minute just took off right now. I would more so say, yeah, 216, something like that can be hit. If you kind of need to build up, maybe even just move sideways. Do something like that. As of right now, you're still pulling back. I haven't looked at Roblox in shit, I don't know how long. Ooh. Oh god, you want a trade setup? Roblox looking like some major downside is coming. Now you might see a rigged move up. Be careful, manage that risk, learn how to do that in the course. But this could roll over the daily chart here. And you're at that 200, you have a 2-hour divergence. This could roll over right here. We could see something bad from Roblox coming. That's just a warning. Now, if we're not going to see that bad thing, you're going to see stuff start to curl up, okay? That's not curling up yet. Oh, Qs are back to positive, okay. Gotta see if this 30 minutes able to cross up today. I don't think it happens. I actually think the more likely scenario is to do this, drop down one more time, and then see that curl up at the end of the day, maybe. Let's look at the 5 minute. This is going to be by the center line soon. Look at that. You're starting to try to taper, though. You're trying to change the angle right now with the rejection. Look at, see AMD flagging like this? This is what I'm talking about. AMD looks like it goes like that, then drops one more time. Nvidia up towards that area. Now it's kind of like this. Now we're at the top, just like we talked about, okay? The most likely thing was, hey, we're going to test the top. And from here, a decision has to be made. All right, is this going to roll over, create a divergence down here? Or is it just going to recover and we're going to see a 30 minute start to curl up? See how if we curl up, that 5 minutes is going to go positive as a little hint. So we'll see. Go, Nvidia. Go, go, go. Tesla wants to go, man. It still wants to go. But the daily's getting overbought. This looks like an area you have to probably get a pullback soon. Look at the 5 minutes. Starting to reject right at the weekly expected move. Sorry. Weekly expected move is literally right here. I'm watching it on my other screen just to see where that purple line is. It's right where you're at right now. What are people saying? Supreme Court rules in favor of Trump 47 minutes ago, an hour ago. Official acts are immune. Wow. Where is my mind? We're just moving sideways right now for the SPY. He is pretty much moving sideways as well. We're starting to get above that weekly expected move here, just a little bit. You're just barely above it. See if Nvidia is able to go positive here. Speak the words on your lips, the different words unspoken. I like my mashups. I saw that flash right when I clicked over, it flashed. Oof, that 30 minutes pretty deep. If you do pop higher, that might be a lower high for Meta. AMC on the 30 minute, looking a little bit weaker now. Not looking the strongest. I bet the 15 minute might be close to that center line. You see this? See the divergence on the 15 minute? So we could get some kind of overall pullback. 30 minute pullback for now, and then if that goes negative, that's not going to be a good sign for AMC. Looks like Tesla couldn't do it just yet. Could not curl up on that 5 minute. What are you guys looking at? Yeah, big booty mix today. DJT, let's go look at this too. This one had the divergence that we talked about up here. See the 30 minute divergence? We talked about this. Major downside with that. Now you're going to see some kind of bounce, but that could just be, like you were talking about liquidity, that could be a liquidity grab to then just head lower. Nvidia about to test the highs as well. But yeah, DJT not looking the best there. I think a good scenario for DJT would be this actually drops further. Do that. Dollar's still higher. I first found Big Booty Mix at like volume 12 or something like that. We were obsessed with it when I was in college. People were like, thought I was a music genius. I was like, I just put on Big Booty Mix. Long term for AMC, I think it needs to be fairly priced. I think it's short sold to be put at a price where they think it is valued. I do not think it is priced at where it is actually valued right now based on their stuff. You have other stocks that are way higher that have the same amount of debt and things like that. So it's just like, come on, and they're in some of them are in the same category of business. So do I think AMC is overall in the long term going to be higher than $5 and should be priced higher than $5? Yes. Yeah, I know. I feel like my thing's been on discount for like a whole month as well, so I can't really say much there, but just I've been in marketing enough to know when I walk into Shields and everything's on sale, everything is not on sale. The sale that says these shorts are $150, but you can get them for $90 right now. It's a sale. I'm like, yeah, okay. And then every single item has that. This couch is $2,000, but you can get it right now for $1,500. I'm like, and I worked at a furniture store before, and I marketed for a furniture store, so I know a decent amount about furniture and good quality. So I think Kevin's doing that strategy of marketing where everything's always on sale. Mine's been on sale for a month now, so I got to take it off of sale soon. This is probably the last sale of 2024 at $100. Just so everyone's aware of that. The course, this is only going to be $100, and then July 7th is most likely the last time. Yeah, he needs just to, more so just to show people, like, if he's adding money to his positions and buying more positions, or if he sold some GME to buy that other one, right? to buy Chewy. Because in order for him to buy Chewy, he needed more money than what he had, right? Right? Because he only had, what? What do you have, 6 or 60 million on the side? Because let's say he even bought down at 21. Oh, this is a 5-minute. We don't want a 5-minute. Let's say he bought at the lows, even down towards 14. Well, how much is that? Let's say 15 bucks. 15 bucks times 9 million shares. Did he really buy 9 million, or did he do a call option? He had to do a call option. There's no way. Either that or he has 135 million sitting on the side. It's bipolar. Decker's Outdoor? I haven't looked at that one before. There's sometimes, but oh, actually, this is just a. This looks like a pullback. Wonder if there's a 2-hour divergence in here. There is. You have a 2-hour divergence forming. It's not the best look, but this overall on the daily looks like a good swing trade if you can. You see that start to close above this level. I don't know if this is really weakness here just yet. There it is. You do have weakness right here. Okay, so on the weekly scale, once you zoom out of things, yeah, we can see some kind of bounce here. But as of right now, you have that weekly divergence coming in. Maybe that needs to pull back a little further. So a little bit sketchy. Little bit sketchy on the daily side. You just say if that rolls up, positivity. If it doesn't, then the weekly is going to keep going down. That's what it looks like to me. It has a double top on US oil. Ooh, I'm seeing a weekly turn up right now. A lot of divergences here, but you'll see a lot of divergences in a bullish move. Maybe you need something very clear. I mean, the daily looks like soon it'll see that pullback, but right now weekly might take over. So I think a good scenario from here might not be double top. Unless that 4-hour rolls over and goes negative, I actually think you might see some kind of move like this and then see this happen, right? Pull back over time, then curl back up. We could see US oil go nuts, actually. But if you're looking at the reversal signals here, you're saying, oh, look at all those divergences up here. Whoa, a lot of divergences, a lot of them on the MACD and R side at the same time. So you notice that completes, turns right back around. So you really want to make sure this is confirming, and then to be confident, go negative here. But it looks like a decent one, 2-hour in the near term. So that 2-hour rolls over, you're probably going to roll over the 4-hour. That's what I would say from here. But when you really zoom out of things and you look on the weekly scale, you go, ooh, that just crossed up positive territory. So it means there could be some pullbacks, but if weekly momentum starts to really take over, this can rip. Nvidia broke. Did it break to the upside? Yeah, it broke to the upside. Okay. So now this 30 minutes should be looking like it's going to curl up. It did break up. So the 5-minute went positive. Everything we expect. Now we need that thing to just keep going ballistic. Solid. Build up right at the edge here. Pop through. Now you have an opportunity here. As you go positive, if you keep going positive, you have a higher likelihood that the pullback isn't much. So now you're looking at this here, and you're going, okay, okay. Maybe just up to here, turn down, go like that. Get out of the zone, retest the zone, go again. Now, if that's going to fully roll over and go negative, ooh, that still could go down a little lower, but now you're looking for possibly a higher low on a 5-minute. I hope that was helpful, Mark. All right, Tesla, we'll see if this thing's able to turn up on a 5-minute here. We're digging deep into this because it's at that weekly expected move, and it's testing it again right there. That's right where it's at. It's for a living. That is just some selling, though. The SPY is back to just break even with that. 5-minute divergence across the way. This is a good likelihood, actually. SPY bounces now. We'll see. See if we get some kind of bounce up. Me higher. Yeah, it's going to be a low volume week. It's going to be a rough one. I just know that Tesla has volatility, so I think it sees some kind of drop here. Now it's starting to get rid of the 30-minute double divergence point here, so this tells me this could just be a 30-minute pullback as of right now. And this 2-hour might take some time to pull back. But I see it on the RSI, so I think 2-hour pullback makes sense. Bouncy, 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 boingy, boingy, boing. Good sideways movement from Tesla. Dow dropped. Oh, God. Give me what my mind. Ooh, ooh. Like, all these look like they need stronger bases. Keep turning up, AMC. Every time the news says pullback, the market goes higher. It's like, well, they're going to say that was your pullback then, right? They're just going to say, oh, that was your pullback, right? It's like, that's all you get. It's like, hey, okay. It's a little different this time, though. Like, down here, you had a strong base. Here, you do not have the strong base. So if you turn up from here, you do have a higher probability to get a lower high than you did over here. Because look over here, you have divergence right there that curls up. That's awesome. Here, you don't have that. So you have kind of two scenarios. This is going to lead to a bigger pullback. And this could be a sign that the overall trend is changing to the downside. That's how I'm reading into it. Apple is still not breaking through. God dang. Overall put call ratio, you can look at PCC throughout the day. So you notice the put side got hit today, early this morning. Then we went back down to calls. Now we're kind of in that middle range. So really you want to see this get kind of outside of these, like down towards these red lines, or in this little area here. But yeah, PCC is what you can watch. Just know that the market overall is mostly like bullish. So in order for the call side to really be like, oh, there's a lot of calls, you got to get below 0.8. Even though like puts is very easy. It's 1-to-1 is pretty much heavily towards the put side. All right, dollar's starting to come off a little. Volatility starting to come off a little. So now we'll see what happens. I still like this 5-minute curl down for some kind of pullback. Although I looked at this 2-hour signal here. You see the divergence right there? Very good signal. Now you got to see if that daily is able to turn up now. So is the daily turning up? Yes, it is, with divergence as well. So, I mean, you would say that divergence isn't really holding very well here, but you can see some kind of reaction here. Maybe up towards 20, 50. Maybe top Bollinger looks likely. Maybe it wants to go reconnect with that 200, right? We've done that a few times with these big runs. This is a time to pay attention. Your daily just crossed up. I went all the way up to $100. It's kind of crazy. Pretty wild, this one. Dang, it just keeps seeing some crazy moves. Oh my goodness, at one point, when was this? 2022, 350? Sees those random spikes. Screw it. There's my fun play. That's a big curl up, so there's my fun play. You guys know fun plays are tiny, tiny amounts of money, but if it rockets up, I'll make 100% or something, so. Without even having to do an option, right? We're not doing an option on that guy. Like, I'll hold the stock, see if something crazy happens down at these levels. I should probably turn off my phone. Let's do this one. Oh wait, I already did this one. Fuck. Hold on. Hold on. Did I do this one yet? Yeah, we'll do this one. Yeah, PCC is pretty good to look at. It's just good to keep in mind throughout your day, but this spike here was just psycho crazy. I don't understand that one at all. I think it was a rigged move, but... Oh, this could turn down here. 2 hour curls down. Maybe we make a short little 2 hour divergence or something. That'd be cool. Tesla's still heading up. That 211. See if it's curling up. 5 minute. Need that to go back to positive. If it gets excited, makes that divergence for me, I'm taking it. Yeah. And Hollow turned up on the daily. Yeah, we talked about Hollow, and I looked at it, and I was like, maybe I don't want to do it. And then I'll go, okay, yeah, I'll go for it. Yeah, this one here, it's fine. It looks like some kind of pullback could be happening. What I'm saying is, I'll just hold a little bit of this stock. It's like, hey, I'll hold 100 shares, see if something crazy happens. It's pretty close to the center line. You notice the last time it was close to the center line, what happened? Something big. So I'm like, hey, if something big can happen, I'm cool with that. I'll do something cool. It's cheap as hell, so yeah, I'll buy 100 of them. But it's just a fun play. It's just like, if something crazy happens, I'm gonna take profit. Game it up, There's like no real analysis there besides, hey, daily curls up and it sees huge pops. 500 shares? Damn, that's what's up. Let's test in the 5 resistance on AMC. Ooh, not confirming up again. GME. At least you've made a base. Do you see how you've made some kind of base now? Not a bad sign. Is this the Krusty Krab? No, this is Patrick. Ooh, someone's liking that AMC position right now, aren't ya? What you doing, Tesla? Nvidia? Looking in your eyes, like looking at the sun. Yeah, I bought like 100 shares of Hollow. That's all I did. Marina. I'm like, hey, it sees crazy pops. That's my fun play account. If I can replenish my fun account, because it's been doing very badly over the last couple of weeks. I make a fun account because I know myself. I like to have some fun. I like to do some plays that I shouldn't be doing. And so I'm like, hey, that gets my little addiction out. And then the rest of it I take very seriously. But Hollow, I'm not going to do an option with it, nothing like that. I'm just like, I'll just buy it, hold it. Kind of like AMC and GME, down below like 437 right there, boom. Dollar's still screaming. It's starting to compile up too. Like this is a 5 minute, so take that with a grain of salt. But 2 hour just curled up, so wow, that's like God. Are we gonna see another week where the SPY, Nvidia, all these things go higher and the dollar goes higher too? It is just like begging for a big ass drop if this happens again. It is begging for a big ass drop. That's still curled up. This here is curled down. You do have the divergence on the MACD, not on the RSI, but that still can rotate up. Where your daily MACD is like spot on to where you should see some buying up. And guess what? We're hitting the 50, so crazy shit could be happening soon. 2008. And you're seeing the housing market is dropping off. It's kind of like the moment in time where, you know, it is. I think we said this about a week ago. It's like the moment in time where I think they're scrambling, trying to make their positions better and not pricing things correctly. AMD up a bit. I mean, that's where that weekly expected move was. So this is where that weekly expected move was. So I expected some kind of bounce right from this level right about here. So we expected some kind of bounce. Now we want to see if that 5 minutes rolling over again. We need a stronger base to see a good upward move. So this, I'm not really convinced to do anything. I'm convinced to be a little patient. And then if this would happen, ooh, I would look into AMD. That's for sure. It's kind of like the opposite of Tesla, right? It's kind of like the opposite of Tesla. So maybe when Tesla sells off, AMD will start to go up. Most of your ankle biters. Hey, I wasn't an ankle biter in 2008. I was a junior in high school. Yeah. Yeah, I was a junior in high school. Oh, look at that. See, test the top now. Let's see what happens. Still think this has an opportunity to get that higher low. I wouldn't say there's any kind of triangle here because pretty much you're just seeing this upward move. All right. And if anything, you're having a kind of like yeah, you're just not seeing much here. It's like an expanding wedge, but I'm just really worried. I know there's a lot of implied volatility for Tesla, so I know there's going to be big swings up and down. And this is at that weekly expected move, so a little bit worried about it. Uber at 30-minute coming down pretty dramatically there. Ooh, you have a double top. That's kind of ugly. Okay, so you can't see a little bounce here for some relief, but if this is pretty much going to hold as a double top, you probably want to see if that daily is rotating over. It pretty much says there's a lot of probabilities that say the daily is going to roll over here. How low it goes, we don't know, but we would just say if that rolls over, there's potential for it to bounce back up from here, do that. There's potential for it to do this. But if it's rolling negative, there still is potential. You just lose this 200. So what I think happens is maybe we retest these lows at 62.70. I think this looks pretty likely. But we'll see if that gives you a lower or a higher low at any time, curls back up, because you have 2-hour divergence there. So a lot of weakness can come in from there. The only other thing I could think of here is if on the 2-hour you just keep moving sideways and then you see a break above these levels, above these upward levels, you see the break, that might be a good sign for upside. That'd be kind of the bullish case. Did Amazon really not confirm more upside here? Oh, it's about to. Okay, we'll see. Does it have a stronger base? Not really. Not the strongest base here. It looks like everything needs to go make a stronger base. Even Nvidia, AMD. You got Meta looking to bounce, needs to build a stronger base. Microsoft needs a stronger base. Google needs a stronger base. Netflix needs a stronger base. Pretty much everything needs a stronger base right now, so. Except for Tesla. Tesla needs to, has a strong double top, maybe. Good move or bad move in your opinion? Well, technically, if the dollar's increasing in value, oil should be affected by that, right? So I don't think it's the wrong move. It's just, is the rigged thing going to continue? Because the dollar's heading higher while oil's heading higher, which is just interesting in itself. But I don't think you're wrong in any way. This is a very, very good move for the day. I'm not going to talk crap on you at all for taking profit on that. Like, if you really zoom out on this to a daily scale, you're like, okay, if I took a trade down in this area or something, it's like, that's a pretty damn good move. And we're starting to get towards that overbought. It's like, you might miss out on a little bit of profit, but the 2-hour curling up, if that turns down, it's bad. It's like, if you got that bad feeling, I respect it. Take profit, that's fine. Well, this is still not the most bullish look for Nvidia because you were going up in this path here, and then you see this, and now you're struggling. Okay, so what we need to see from here is it actually going to create this as a base? Is it going to curl up? Then you would say, okay, now it's starting that new bullish trend, right? Because you were negative, you saw the negativity, we never beat that low to go lower. So if you're popping up, you would have liked to just see this continue. It's curling back down, which just tells me I got to be weary of a 2-hour curling over here for a stronger base. I'm not bullish on it, right? I'm just thinking of how it's actually going to head up from here. And I think right now, on the 5-minute, this looks good, right? You're taking back the moving averages. Okay, awesome. Now I want to see some kind of pullback like this and do that again. Like, get one more fake out move would be solid, I think, right here. If it doesn't come, then I'm just going to see that 30-minute curl up, and this here, there's your higher low. And positive territory is right above you, so I get you. All right, no assumption. I like that you have a plan. I love that. I mean, I don't necessarily see any bull flagging here. You might have some sort of diamond formation, weirdly enough. Like something like this. You have kind of a diamond formation here that's kind of pushing up to the upside. I'd really just say that daily looks like it's about to roll up, doesn't it? So I'm paying close attention to it. First, I think AMD will drop more after this bounce to the next high volume node at 152, taking the low out. We form on the 20th Tuesday with a bullish divergence. Okay, big plan. I like it. AMD coming back. We'll see what happens here, but from the 5 minute here, it really looks like it wants to curl back down. We can see if that forms. As you're still negative, going deeper than this low is more likely. So I think a double bottom would look really, really nice here for AMD. I really do. This look right here on a 5 minute, that then tells you, hey, my 30 minute is going to curl up very close to positive territory as well. Like, I think that'd be very good, but I think you need maybe an hour's worth of drift down and then that curls right back up. Maybe less than that. You might just need like 45 minutes. If that 30 minute just curls up though, hey, positivity can be there, man. Apple's gonna struggle. Apple's gonna struggle. That weekly moves right there. I wonder if it breaks through and sees something crazy. Amazon's trying. It's trying, but it might need a stronger base here. It might need some kind of higher low. See, it's positive, so I'll say higher low. Nvidia's positive, so I could say higher low, right? Microsoft maybe higher low. Google just does not look pretty. Netflix getting to the point where it could be higher low. It could be a lower one. I will be stronger. I don't miss sooner. Like a raving flag. All right, let's look across here. Let's start to do a little bit of a breakdown here, which would be the 30 minute curls up. Awesome. Positivity. Daily expected move is there. If that happens towards the end of the day, we could see tomorrow head up towards that move. So very interesting to see that kind of bouncing, pretty much break even when the dollar is higher now. We saw some buying come in. Okay, we're seeing some selling start to happen, some rotation into the dollar. So pay close attention. See if that 30 minute can curl up. Good news. If not, then this 2 hours is going to have some more to say. And maybe we're heading to the downside. We'll see, but pay attention to that 30 minute curling up. Same thing for the Qs. 2 hour could just say, hey, we're going lower. But as we zoom into the 30 minute, we're like, hey, this looks like it wants to cross. So if that looks like it wants to cross, we could hit that daily expected move. All right, so that would tell me 30 minute crosses up, gets above the moving averages. 483 looks likely at that point. 483.50. We could even see a move all the way up to 488. Who knows? But probably not on the day. That probably leaks into tomorrow. As long as we don't have 5 minutes curling over to create the stronger base down here. Apple, there's a problem, and that would be two things. One, divergence across the way. The weekly expected move is right here. Watch out if that thing starts to roll over. It doesn't have the biggest moves in it for the week, but 2 hour could roll back down. Even though we have some form of structure, we probably need to see a break up to this level. Break up, curl back down, retest. You know what I'm saying? Looks pretty good. 2 hour rolls over, goes negative, not going to be a good sign. So kind of just have the bullish and bearish cases in mind, guys. Now, Tesla needs that 2 hour pullback. You see the flatness up here now. It needs that 2 hour pullback, in my opinion. So 30 minute, if that rotates over, one, you don't have multiple point on the MACD anymore. So this could be just a 30 minute pullback. All right, this could just be a 30 minute pullback. What do we notice at these highs? They're pretty even, now coming a little bit down. So that would tell me, hey, there could be some weakness here. I know there's big implied volatility, and it needs a 2 hour pullback. So I'm going to be paying attention, see if Tesla gets some kind of curl down like this, curls right back up. I think this level right around that 195 looks good, and then at these highs here towards 189 look pretty good. Amazon, 2 hour just curled over. If it's got more to say, it's going to head lower, right? But if it's going to curl up on a 30 minute, that 2 hours probably not going to curl down anymore, right? So what I want to see from Amazon, a good setup would be something like this, that weekly expected move up there, seeing some kind of divergence down here. That would be a very telling thing. It would be a trade that I would definitely look out for. I know this is a bullish market, so I shouldn't be trying to take any huge short positions because it's a bullish market. But you never know. Maybe one time you'll get lucky. If you follow the signals, there will be a time where stocks do go down dramatically, and you'll be a part of it if you're paying attention to the signals. Nvidia, 30 minute crossing up was the bullish signal. Right now, really paying attention to the 5 minutes, seeing if that can roll over. I think it has an opportunity for a higher low or going to create some kind of double bottom, some kind of divergence down at these levels. We'll see as that's going positive. We have to say a higher low is on the table. So 30 minute here, if that can curl up, positivity might be there. 2 hour, if this, like I said, if that 5 minute curls over, we might see that solid divergence right there. That would be nice as well. AMD, this one already at its weekly expected move. That turns around on a 2-hour, looks good. 30-minute, has that curled up yet? No, it hasn't. We have to say this does not have a strong base down here beside, like if you just look over here a little bit, at least we dipped down twice. All right, and you see this, you don't see it on the MACD, but you see it on the RSI. You see that down there? That's a better sign for a bounce than just, this could V-shape. But I'd really like to see a little 5-minute curl down to give me a convincing bottom in some way. I need more reasons to take the trade. Same thing goes for Meta. Meta needs to convince me, hey, this has a stronger base, because that is dramatic selling. So for that to be dramatic and then just immediately turn the other way like a V-shape, that would be surprising. Get up towards that center line, maybe curl down, curl back up. But if we're just going to see it go positive, this 30-minute will rotate up. Let's go to AMC. This thing still positive on the 30 minutes, so nothing crazy there. Still positive on the 30 minute. 2 hours, still positive on the 2 hour. What you're looking for in the next 2 days, probably the next couple of days, is the daily to turn up. The daily needs to cross up, confirm that momentum. You're already getting that confirmation. If it ends like this, you're getting it twice, almost 3 times above all these moving averages except for the 200. So you want to see a squeeze, 555. GME, similar thing, right? It looks like it needs to turn up right now. And look at that, it's testing the 50. So this is a good time to pay attention. It's testing the 50. If that daily can turn up, that's when you know daily momentum is there. So daily momentum right here, this is the day we mentioned, hey, watch out, GME could make a big move. It has daily momentum. The next day, boom. So if we see a daily cross up, you could see a boom. That's all you need to know. Just know that this is actively fought against right now. You do have a 2-hour divergence on the MACD, not on the RSI at the same time, okay? You're not down by the weekly expected move yet. You could head a little bit lower. But if we're going to confirm up again, look how positive you would be. That's the key thing here. You never went positive. This could go positive if that turns up one more time, so watch out. 30-minute as well, you need that to be going positive. So GME looks more negative than AMC right now. Really does. Thank you, Christine. Thank you for coming in today. Really appreciate it. Jen, I don't know if I'm the only one to see a bull flag for AMC on the daily. We just got out of the flag on the bullish. Yeah, I see more of a diamond, but I think I get what you're saying. We did get a breakout of some sort. You got a breakout of some sort, and you're still bullish on pretty much every time frame except for the daily here. And you're still bullish because you're in positive territory. You're just in a contrarian pullback. This looks like it's starting to build back, right? It started, if we were above the 200, this would be a swing trade, but we're not. So we have to be aware of that. And right now, the point we need to get above is 555. Look what's right at it. It's a 200. Okay, so these reactions to the 200, we got to see if they're actually going to pay off. This looks like a 2-hour divergence needs to be made. HPE looks like a 2-hour divergence really needs to be made here. So one side says, hey, a little divergence like this can go a long way. That can be a great trade setup. You confirm, you go to the upside. Awesome. The other side would say, if I'm a swing trader, and maybe I'm doing it on, I would say probably a 4-hour. If I'm swing trading on a 4-hour, I'd be saying, hey, yeah, this looks like when that curls up, we're going to see a positive move, and then I'd watch out for a 4-hour divergence there. What's that dollar doing? Look at that. Look at that 4-hour, like, just downward direction. Just know we've seen divergences like this in the past. And that ended up turning right back up. So good beat down, curls up, positive territory, 2-hour already crossed up. So dollar is saying I'm going to go higher as of now. Now it's in negative territory, so still negative. So it's not necessarily saying going higher with positive momentum. It's just saying some kind of bounce, and I could go positive very, very soon. I haven't touched on coin. I've looked at SMCI. We can look at that real quick, see the wick. Okay, so right here, weirdly enough, we talked about a divergence for the double bottom here. Weirdly enough, you blow this up, 2-hour divergence. Weirdly enough, you blow this up, 2-hour divergence. So This tells me I got to be a little careful with it. Look at an hourly, see that it's there. If that curls up, positivity can come. We've kind of gone with the same trend here. But you don't necessarily have it on the hourly for the RSI at the same time. You have it on a 2 hour. So if the hourly curls up, you can see positivity. You're still within range of seeing positivity. And that might be a move like this one because you're a little closer to positive territory, right? A little closer than before. So we could see a solid move. We'll see. We'll see. 30-minute, looking at that. See how that wants to curl up. No real divergences down here. Just one on the MACD. You really, like, the ones you want to see are ones like this one. Like, this one is the one you want to do, right? This is the one you want to be like, oh, I like that one. It's on the RSI at the same time. It's a little bit up here. So right here said, ooh, yummy, this looks good. Bam. You could play the top side of my little zone if you want to even, or make a range. Look at that. Like a 70-point move. Pretty good. Are you? How deep is your love? What was the other one? Coin. Coinbase. Ooh, that's looking flaggy, isn't it? Ooh, yeah, okay, so coin, it's a good move. You kind of busted through some flagging a little bit. That's pretty much where I would make it. I'm at the wick right here. See how we like gapped over that little part there? So I like it. It kind of touches there, touches there. So I'd say we're still in this. If you can start to break through, I think that's a good sign. If you can really start to turn up, I would say see the 4 hour turning up. I think positivity might be there. Now I would just watch out because a 2 hour could just do this. So the bearish case would be we're going to do this and then see a pop, get a divergence. But right now you have a 4 hour crossing up above the 200, getting a cross up above your moving averages. So that tells me a swing trader would say this looks pretty good. And then I would just watch what happens when you get to this level here. If it's able to get there, you want to watch this level very closely and see if you're getting a rollover again. But as of right now, you probably could say dip down, high or low. See how I like this one? Look at that. That is a good look. Boom, confirms right on this bar. If you're confident with it, boom, look at that upward move. So you're not necessarily seeing that amount of strength, but a swing trader would love this little look right here. They would. And then they'd look for that to break out. So pay attention to Bitcoin too. Coin really moves with Bitcoin. No friends. Four-hour turned up. You just need the daily for AMC. Come on, AMC. You can do it. Look at that momentum gaining, though. It looks great. Nvidia distributed some things that are already proving there might be some fraudulent behavior. Really might. So it's kind of one to be like, ooh. Need to be a little bit like I've kind of been mentioning for a few weeks now that there's been some reports that they're kind of like somehow fudging the numbers, somehow producing revenues that aren't real. So me personally, I like to just look at the chart, look at momentum, look at the sentiment around it. Everyone's really bullish about Nvidia above $1,000. So I said to myself, okay, this is when I probably should not be investing in Nvidia. Now, if I was looking for a time to invest, I'm just going to do this again. We're going to end it with this. This is the last thing we're going to do. If I was looking for a time to invest in Nvidia again, it would be with a curl down on the MACD. I would do this with any of these, any stock like this, any tech stock. If I want to invest, I'm doing that at this level right here. $28. Awesome. Now it's up to $128. So it's like you guys realize this is what I'm going to switch into 100% once I make the amount of money that I'm trying to get to for my goal for my portfolio with options trading is I'm going to turn into an investor most of the time and do trading on little amounts because then I can catch big bull runs, and I know my risk. My risk right now is this is chasing. This is chasing to the max. What I would like to see is do this. That'd be great. Then I'll probably invest in Nvidia, guys. But I'm not touching Nvidia with any kind of big money. I won't do it because that is a bubble just waiting to pop. Let's take a look over at Tesla real quick. See if that 5 minutes turning up. Ooh. This is something interesting. You can see something crazy from Tesla. Okay? The reason you can see something crazy from Tesla is because you're going sideways. You're pulling back with time right at that weekly expected move. If you keep doing that, you build liquidity in here, you can see a rapid move higher. So pay attention if that 5 minute just randomly turns up. That might be another big move. All right? That might be another big ass move to pay attention to. Just saying. The 15, it looks a little different, doesn't it? So that's a 5 minute chart, but the 15 looks like, hey, I need some kind of pullback. Now, if that elongates for a long time, ooh, that can happen. So crazy things can happen at those ranges. I'm aware of that. And I'll probably take a trade setup if it actually sets up for me on the 5 minute here. If I see a little bust up like that, I might take it. All right, guys. Well, it was a great stream. Honestly, it's 11 o'clock for me. I try to go as long as I can for today. Wifey's getting her hair done, so I got to make sure to be upstairs and ready to compliment her a million times, you know? Be a good hubby. But I really do appreciate you guys coming today. I did a little breakdown so that we could look through some of these charts. If something crazy happens, I'll get on live again later today if I can make the time for it. And if not, then I'll at least put out a YouTube video for you guys tonight, kind of talking about what happened throughout the day, maybe giving you those daily expected moves for tomorrow, because we have a shortened trading week. I think these daily expected moves are going to be pretty important. So overall, just wanted to say thank you guys for joining. It's $100 to get that course right now, and the Patreon's going to be very useful. We just put out those monthly expected moves, so links are down in the description for all that stuff. Appreciate you guys being here. Charles, we got Matthew in here, always asking about oil and the dollar. I love Matthew, always asking about oil and the dollar there. Legini, I hope I'm saying that right. Lisa, Christine, Mike, Christine again, no assumptions. Who else we got in here? Chris, Serguni. Who wants to say bye-bye? I'll leave you guys here. If you guys want to sit and watch maybe Tesla on this 5 minute for a little bit, or do you want to watch maybe GameStop or AMC? Or maybe we should just keep you guys on the SPY for now. I don't know. I think Tesla's a fun one to watch right now. Just watch this one on a 5 minute, and you guys can hang out for a little bit if you would like. I like to leave it on so you guys can chit-chat about stocks for a little bit while I'm gone. And then if something crazy happens and I come back in to turn off my stream, then I'll just be like, oh, let's hop back on for a second, all right? So thank you guys for joining. You can hang out if you want for the next 20 minutes. I'll leave it up for you guys, all right? Peace.